Welcome to Fiction Tea with Kwani. Mine's about a group of teenagers who befriend a middle-aged woman who is played by Octavia Spencer. Now, these teenagers are trying alcohol. They meet Octavia Spencer. She's walking her dog. They see her. They ask her for alcohol. She ends up buying them alcohol. They befriend her. They become really cool with her. She starts to become attached to them emotionally. And they start hanging out at her house. She's having parties for them. They're over at her house having a good time. They're smoking, they're drinking, they're partying with this older woman. So over time, she becomes a really obsessed, needy, stalkerish leech to these teenagers. And she starts texting them constantly, sending them videos to come over. She even makes up an excuse to make them feel pity for her by saying that she has cancer and she only has a certain amount of time to live, and just trying to make the kids feel as bad for her as she possibly can. Meanwhile, she's not only hiding her child in her house and injecting her with, I don't know if it's animal tranquilizers or something, but she's also these kids' parents' old classmate from the school that she met the kids at. Now, before I even went to go see this film, I had seen a preview from while I was at the movie seeing another film. And I was just thinking to myself, like, I really have no interest in seeing this film. I saw the preview and I was like, I'm not really feeling it. It looks kind of cringy. I'm not really interested in seeing it, to be honest. But nonetheless, I go to the movies and I go see this movie. As I'm watching the movie, I'm just thinking, wow, this lady is lonely, middle-aged, and she's kind of weird. But then you start to realize, okay, now I see why she's doing this. That there is a method to her madness, basically. There's a reason why she's crazy like this, and she's seeking revenge. She starts to seek revenge on these kids and on their parents because they completely humiliated her. She was no one. She didn't really have friends in school. She had one supposedly friend who wasn't really her friend, didn't stand up for her, wasn't by her side. She ended up really having a crush on like this really popular guy who didn't have any interest in her, and he completely played her, humiliated her, and she was supposed to give him oral sex in a closet. And come to find out, the person that she's giving oral sex in the closet is someone else and not him. And not only that, when she comes out the closet, everybody in the school, all her so-called friends or classmates, they're in the hallway laughing at her public humiliation. Now that is a high form of bullying for one, so it just was really sad. Like after seeing how crazy she was acting, you felt pity for her. You sat there and you were like, wow, that is horrible. That is exactly why she's like that. They created a monster. They made her become this person because they treated her so poorly. And no one ever apologized to her for it. No one ever came to her and said I was sorry or talked about it. It was sad. I felt bad. So overall, I didn't really mind the film. I thought that Octavia Spencer did an amazing job as the actress, the leading role in the movie. And I'm just glad that she got some sort of shine and she was able to play that role. I know she had a lot of fun. It looked like she had a lot of fun. Like, it was enjoyable. She did great with the different emotions that she had to play. Being the crazy lady, being the nice little sweet lady that you can just come talk to and she's cool, you can hang out with, and just playing all these different emotions and her facial expressions, even to the wig, like, it was good. Like, I think that she did a really good job, and it's great to see not only a black woman as the lead role, but her get some shine. She hasn't really been in like that many movies. She's been out for a long time, but she doesn't usually get like main leading role shines. There are things they could have expanded on the movie and pushed to take to the next level, because remember, this movie was categorized as a genre of horror. this movie's supposed to be a horror film / psychological thriller. So there's a scene in the movie where Octavia Spencer's character Ma has her crush strapped to her bed in her bedroom, and he's completely nude. He's naked. And she has him hooked up to a monitor where she's dog blood, because she says he's a dog. He's not really a nice person. He's a dog, so she's going to feed him dog blood, which makes sense as to why she was a vet that worked with dogs. It all just made sense. But there was a part in the film where she took the knife to his testicles and was about to cut it off. And everybody in the audience was like, oh my God. Oh. And then it's just like, it teases you, but like she doesn't do it. And you're just like, I really wanted her to do it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think after that humiliation, that anger would have driven her to that. I didn't mind that her character wasn't made like she was really her character was made like she wasn't really evil. She was just doing these things because she was treated badly in school. However, because it was a horror film, because it was psychological thriller, they could have definitely took it there if they wanted to, and I felt like they should have taken there, especially at certain parts, especially at that part. Like, I feel like that part just would have been like crazy. Like, they definitely could have did that for her. The idea of the dog blood, I got it when she was doing it to her crush, but who was treating her daughter and how she was injecting her daughter with, I don't know if it was dog blood or animal medicine. That part was a little bit like blurry because it really didn't make sense to me personally. I was just like, why? Like, I don't really get it. If they were going to do that, I feel like they should have just made the daughter paralyzed from the mom doing that, because she still was able to walk and everything. So she was torturing her, but it wasn't like she should have did it so much that her daughter was paralyzed and couldn't move, you know? Like, it wasn't like harsh. It was a horror film. It would have been okay for more torture, more pain. There were deaths in the movie, but there definitely could have been deaths in the last scene before it was about to go off, where she was sewing up the girl's lips. Oh, that was crazy. Overall, I thought it was a really good ending. I enjoyed how it ended. I liked the ending. I probably would have liked maybe some more deaths because it was supposed to be a scary movie or a horror film. I wouldn't have mind deaths. But yeah, overall it was good. I thought it was a good movie. Besides that, I mean, of course they could have expanded on things, but it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't terrible. They made her not such a bad person at the end. It was just somebody who had just been treated bad and reacted that way because of how she was treated. It wasn't more so like she just outright just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was a bad movie. I definitely would recommend going to go see it. Everybody had mixed views on it, and I would rate this movie 8 out of 10. Enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the movie, hit that thumbs up button and comment below and let me know your thoughts about the film. What did you think about the film? Did you think it was like too many spaces in the film? It didn't really make sense? Or did you feel like it was okay? Did you feel like they could have added more, or there were certain things in the movie that they shouldn't have done, or they should have actually taken it there at certain points? Because there were points where I was like, yo, that scene, she should have cut his testicles off. Now that would have been gold. You know? This video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, and I will see you all next time for the next review. So